Counter-Narrative News, bringing you daily news today on Friday the 10th of March 2022. Following the far-right outburst of Tunisian President Kais Saied, where he falsely and manipulatively claimed that Tunisia is going to be overrun in some false great replacement project by black Africans, it has somewhat predictably led to many false and fake stories on social media that are anti-black and racist going viral. So, for example, there is purportedly video posts on social media allegedly showing a mass angry protest of darker-skinned African people in some Tunisian urban place, where actually it's from a protest in Senegal. Another video entitled "Occupation by Sub-Saharan Africans of Tunisian Provinces," end of quote, is actually something that happened in Morocco. And another video allegedly showing invasion across Sahara into Tunisia by African migrants actually are African migrants from Algeria, in which the Algerian government, as which it does several times a year, just forcibly takes people off the streets of Algerian towns and cities, that's black migrants from Africa, in Africa that is, and then expels them into the desert towards Niger, on the Algerian-Niger border. I mean, it's a really sad, tragic state of affairs that is helping to increase the violent, systemic and non-state attacks, racist attacks on migrants there. At the same time, we have the far-right leader of the British regime, Rishi Sunak, visiting another right-wing racist leader in Europe, that's Macron, where the far-right National Front and Marine Le Pen's party is snapping at his heels. Sunak has gone over to Macron to promise £500 million for the French to do more to stop the rightful movement of people trying to get to safer places to meet their families from global south countries that have been made unbearable and unlivable by global capitalist colonial induced climate change, war, destabilization and conflict. And if we go over to Latin America, so-called, and Mexico, there was a truck with some 100 children, migrants, who were found there. And again, in all of these situations, these migrant struggles and movements of massive amount of peoples shows no positive political leadership anywhere in the world. Actually, from east to west, from Beijing, Moscow, Paris, London to Washington, into even capitals and leaderships of the global south, we see a singular consensus of white supremacy and violent far-right racist politics. Coming over to a connected issue, it's now been widely denounced by even the Eurocentric left that former comedian and anti-woman misogynist, frankly, Russell Brand, has basically collapsed fully into the far-right camp, with promoting Donald Trump Jr., Joe Rogan, all kinds of far-right conspiracy theories in this very typical and cliched and frankly utterly boring and ignorant posture around right-wing conspiracy theories, which is basically just recycling the old Nazi conspiracies and identifying nearly only those global capitalist ruling class figures that are only Jewish, for example, and just totally skewing and distorting the actual nature of global finance capital or capitalist imperialism or colonial capitalism. This is all done by Western intelligence services and Western states and other similarly political states to deflect people away from actual radical leftist socialist liberation forms of politics and organizing that could actually challenge and endanger the super profit making of the global rich, and to fight back against racism and other divisions, and to unite for our collective interests. Going over to Australia, and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is currently visiting the far-right leader of India, Narendra Modi, and has made a whole bunch of economic and military strategic ties deepening there with Delhi, including standing on India's only naval sea carrier. and promising joint military drills. Australia and India are part of what's known as the Quad, together with Japan and the USA. It's a global bloc, basically against the People's Republic of China. Australia is in a bit of a panic itself, doesn't know really what to do with itself, as the US with the UK is leading on this warpath on China. Some figures senior in the Australian state want Australia to have a more harmonious relationship, moving away from its new colonial relations with the rest of Asia, in which region it sits. But probably and most likely the Australian ruling classes will just click into line with the current Western imperialist warpath on China. For China's part, Xi Jinping, in the leadership of China, is trying to instrumentalize the unjust Western sanctions on it as the only reason why the Chinese workers and peasants are facing crises around education, health, and very much housing and employment. Actually, it's the billionaire ruling class of China that's primarily responsible for that, and no deflecting away to this nationalist posture can convince the Chinese masses actually who is responsible going forward. Finally, another pioneer of drum and bass jungle culture and music, MC Fats, has passed away yesterday evening. Very sad news. A year ago, we also lost MC Skibbo, MC Skibbity, probably the most prominent, prolific, technical drum and bass jungle MC. But MC Fats, also a pioneer of the MC culture and jungle drum and bass, very much coming from the reggae, ragga sound system culture emanating from Jamaica, which keeps reproducing itself in different genres at the black working class grassroots, at the black grassroots-led innovation and pioneering of music and culture. MC Fats made an absolutely signature tune in the emergence of the jungle drum and bass community and culture in the early 90s with his song Peace, Love and Unity with DJ Hype. We wish the jungle community and the friends and family of MC Fats our love and solidarity, and great thanks for the contribution, for uplifting us and exactly bringing us peace, love and unity through what they do. That's Counter Narrative News with Daily News. Please continue to support us. It's the only dynamic daily news and analysis service that is absolutely loyal and positively reflects global black culture and resistance, black liberation as well, working class struggles, women's liberation and anti-colonial culture. Have a fantastic day.